You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, it's time for our early weekly spoilers for March 17th through the 21st. Liam is horrified, Luna is scared, and Lee is murderous. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and if you're not following us, please click that subscribe button. And as we always do on early edition day, we start with what's happening the rest of this week. With that in mind, on Wednesday, March 12th, Sheila's empathy towards Poppy just kind of stuns Deacon. You know, Luna killed his two good friends, and the bottom line is Sheila understands that no matter what Luna has done, Poppy still feels that mother-daughter bond. Then again, you know, Sheila doesn't really understand the whole dynamic there. She was denied access to Finn, where Poppy had access to Luna and wasn't a good parent. And of course, Deacon's going to stay salty because Luna killed his friends, and I cannot wait to see Sheila's view change on her brand new friend once she finds out Poppy hooked up with Finn. And speaking of him, he told Lee about his night with Poppy and that Luna is his kid and house arrest, all the drama. Then he ran off to go over to Bill's to join the big fight. And then Lee texted her sister to stop by. And Poppy was just bragging to Deacon and Sheila about how close she and her sister are, closer than ever. And yeah, they're going to get even closer when Lee literally chokes Poppy while raging at her about sleeping with Finn. And things are not going to be pretty over at the Spencer mansion either. On Thursday, March 13th, Steffy and Luna's epic confrontation continues. Steffi's parents, Ridge and Taylor, were there joining in to yell at Bill, and they stick around for the fight. Steffy again repeats that Finn will never be part of Luna's life. And then Steffi's husband, of course, he's there. Luna is begging him as her dad to not let her try to end her house arrest because she is legit terrified. However, even if Finn chimed in and tried to get Steffy to slow her roll and just rethink what she does before she calls the cops on Luna, we all know Steffi's not going to stop, and the police will arrive after she calls them. Lieutenant Baker is on the scene, and it's going to be very interesting to see if Finn and Bill are both trying to stop the cop from taking Luna away. You know, I guess we're going to have to wait and see just how legit Bill's house arrest arrangement is, because he didn't just steal her, you know, the warden turned her over. So there was some process involved. And in other heated confrontation news, we're going to have, you know, more of Poppy at Lee's office thinking that they're sister bonding. Things get increasingly nuclear between the sisters. You know, with Poppy's sketchy nephew sex deed out, Lee is absolutely going to rage, slams her into the wall, is strangling her, screaming at her. And the big question is, how far is Lee going to go in this fit of temper? And, you know, is she going to do her sister some real and actual damage? I mean, I wouldn't put it past her. She was going to let Sheila die. Lee is way more murdery. Maybe she gave, you know, Luna some of that DNA too. So on Friday, March 14th, the confrontations continue at the Spencer mansion. Lieutenant Baker is also on the Friday episode. And, you know, we'll have to wait and see if he hauls Luna out in cuffs or if he stuns Steffi and tells her and Taylor and Ridge his hands are tied because the house arrest scenario is legit. And at the same time this is happening, you know, we're watching the implosion of Finn and Steffi's marriage. I would not have guessed that anything could break them. And then here we go. Unless somehow Finn just rejects his daughter and sides with his wife against Luna and says, you know, let's try and get her sent back to prison and I'll never see her again. I think that's the only way to save them, and I don't see it happening. Also, over at Forrester Creations, Eric and Ridge talk to Carter. So I guess Ridge is done with the Spencer Luna lunatic show. And father and son let Carter know that they think that the man that they believe him to be, the man they care about, is still in him, the Carter that they see as family. And after Ridge and Eric tell him this, Carter confesses to them that he didn't want this outcome. And of course, all the Forresters are blaming Hope completely for this, even though it was Carter who realized, oh, I could just sign my name here. But again, Hope did press his pen to the paper. So on Friday, Ridge and Eric are going to give Carter an ultimatum, and I can't imagine it's about anything but Hope. Give back the company, dump Hope, come back into the family fold, and we'll forgive you. Also on Friday, Daphne is talking to Carter, and she is struggling to get him to see just how much he has lost while Hope got everything she wanted, which is textbook using someone as far as Daphne is concerned. And she definitely wants him to see that Hope is using him. And I just wonder if the combined ultimatum from Eric and Ridge and Daphne trying to have him see things clearly is going to get Carter to finally cave, turn on Hope, and say, okay, I'm ready to pull the trigger and give this back. The week of March 17th through the 21st, Li is done with Poppy permanently as a sister. But the question is, did Li's temper get so out of control the prior week that she seriously injured Poppy? And how bad is it going to be when Sheila finds out her new friend shagged her son Finn? Maybe another choking incident, Poppy may be choked out by everybody that sees her. The end of Carter's coup is upon us. After Daphne tries to open Carter's eyes and open him up to alternatives, namely being her, I expect that Hope is going to come back with an ultimatum as well for Carter to stick to the plan. Hope may push at Carter aggressively the way she did the other day when she demanded he make Daphne leave, which he refused to do. And if Hope comes in hot with an ultimatum of her own, I think that's going to be the final stage to opening his eyes, and it's going to tip him over the edge. The Forresters, of course, want Carter to dump Hope, and if he does, Carter's life's going to get better. He'll be able to sleep at night, but Hope's life circling the drain very soon. More people find out Bill had Luna at his mansion on house arrest on his estate. Liam and Will may not handle this well at all, and they're going to realize this is what has been going on with Bill and why he's been acting so out of character. Steffy is the mother of one of Liam's kids, so I am sure he's going to be Team Steffy on this. Will probably will be too. We're going to see more of Steffy and Finn's marriage on the brink. Steffy may pack the kids and go. I don't think she's going to accept what is happening. Bill, meanwhile, remains steadfast in his support of Luna, and he'll be judged for it, but knowing Dollar Bill, he will not be apologetic. And by the way, in just a few weeks, we're going to have a Y&R crossover as Christine Williams returns to Bold and the Beautiful. Laura Lee Bell, who plays Christine, is Brad Bell's sister, B&B showrunner. And Christine is in LA for a fashion show. It's going to be around the end of April. So it looks like the Forresters are back in charge and making a splashy return. But is this fashion show for couture or Brooke's bedroom, or even more shocking, hope for the future? Can't wait.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.